They wanted it to be like Johnson's glass house, that cornerstone of high modernist architecture, a house entirely transparent. They loved it for the reasons other people didn't, because it subordinated human comforts to a vision. His arms were wrapped tight around her the day they watched the first glass wall go up. "We'll be like fish in an aquarium," he said. "I prefer plants in a greenhouse." Jacky looked down at the tendrils of his arms, his hands clasped together over the space around her belly button like a thick knot of roots. She considered the possibility for a moment that they might be more conventional than they thought, that the next step in their relationship would also be the sprouting of new life. "Why plants?" he asked her, nestling his stubbled chin deeper into the nape of her neck. "Plants are perfect designs." She turned her head to catch his gaze, to see if he understood. "They're perfectly functional. They're implicitly indispensable. They have made themselves necessary in their ecosystem." Mark nodded, but didn't respond. He never really engaged with her architectonics. Sometimes she thought that he might be intimidated by her aptitude for concepts. Most people were. But that didn't matter. He listened in his own way, making himself permeable to her. It was enough just to feel his breath on her neck. Besides, she already knew what he heard. Freedom. That word was how he sold their buildings. Mark recognized simple truths, knew how to distill Jacky's grandiosity into human emotion. He translated her message into something relatable, and in doing so, had introduced to Jacky the possibility that she might be human too. With the vines of his arms holding her, she felt like people might finally accept her. They're so perfect, we often don't notice them. Only when we put them in a vase do we appreciate their melding of form and function. Although, of course, most people don't realize that's what they're looking at. They just call it beauty. She scoffed, then, out of habit, briefly breaking with the serenity of their moment. Good buildings are vases. They draw attention to the spaces they contain. We don't impose design on nature, only draw attention to its already perfect architecture. That's all we need to do. Mark spun Jacky around and kissed her, the way he always did when she got close to lyrical. Close is the furthest she'd ever got. In a way, Mark did for Jacky what Jacky did for the world. He held the space for her to grow, and Jacky did the same for him, fueling his marketing brain with new designs and visions. That was their relationship's structural mechanism. We're just custodians of nature. People will remember that when they see us in here. They'd built their castle in East Sussex, remote, or as remote as was viable, removed from the broil of the city, but close enough for meetings with clients. This was where the glasshouse was supposed to live, surrounded by the deep, damp green. Its elegant flatness was a privileged platform for taking in the isolation their hard-earned labours had bought.